Good evening, my good people. Welcome to the Blitz Pickup Friday edition. Listen, relax. I know y'all want to see Jazz, but on Jess, but she's she's out doing her PTO thing, so y'all lay around for it. First thing first, listen, man, we got the most slash least impressive unit after week one of training camp. We're gonna get into that. We also gonna see who is QB2. Um, it's been up and down. We will give our takes on who we think may be leading the pack or maybe not. Plus Tyreek, Tyreek did another interview. We got a couple of clips we're gonna play for y'all. We're gonna break it down and we're gonna get our thoughts on that. But before I do all that, let me bring my co-host up. Lou, what's good?
Tone, it feels like, and again, we love Jess over here, right?
Already. Yeah,
Eh,
we
eh,
love
eh,
Jess,
eh,
but
yeah. I mean, yeah, another day of PTO. That's a little crazy, right? Hey, listen, we love Jess. We love the producer in the back. Hell, we still love Alex, even though we ain't seen him for months already, right?
a
At the end of
fact.
the day, though, Tone, it kind of feel, hey, the boys are back at it, right? Like, hey,
Back
we really, we
at
the boys are back, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, listen. We are back. Let me get into the chat real quick. G2 with the first in. He say, listening to that Tyreek interview, it's clear you should listen to it twice because there's a lot of double speech in it. He definitely left breadcrumbs for both sides of the argument. Okay, we might get into that. You already know. Shake Money say fins up. Shout out to you, Shake.
Shake.
Michael K. Okay. Oh, he getting into it with Shake. Delusional Patriot fan, we see you in the building. Uh, he said 64-year-old man caught a pass today versus Miami secondary. All right, man, keep that same energy during the regular season. All right, delusional Patriot fan. Von Joe, what's up, my boy? Crank this thing up to the chat. I think that's a salute. I don't know what those are. To the chat and make sure we all smash that like button. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Do it early so y'all don't miss no parts of the show. Mike Best in the building. Mike, we got something for you, my brother. Let's get it. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And obviously hit the like and subscribe button on your way in. What we got? Listen, man. Game Boy 305 say, yo, happy Friday. I see Mark in the building. Sup, y'all? Chef Drew, shout
Chef,
out to Chef Drew, man. What's good? What's good,
Chef,
OG
we're
Tony
good.
H, Lewis, and everyone? How y'all tonight? We good. Check your pulse and fins up. That's a fact. That's a fact. G Relentless. That's what SR. Yeah, he is. Scott Jackson. I don't know what that mean, man. Uh, he say I was the first like this. Wow, I was the first like this. Wow. Oh man. So listen, man. Hey, you got a good one for y'all. Oh yeah, game. This is what Game Boy said. I don't know about y'all, but I believe every word Tyreek had to say. You do, huh? Hey, good for you, my brother. But Lou, man, what's good with you, my brother? What's good?
Ain't nothing, Tone, man. Chilling, man. Had a good, productive day, and just glad the weekend is here, man. But all
Eh,
good on my end, and everybody healthy, everybody feeling good, so it's good, man. Chilling.
oh, okay. Listen, man, we got one for you. So obviously, y'all know, I've been at the training camp, so I was giving my unbiased opinion about what was going on. So what I would say is, Lou, based on the things that we heard, right? Um, the quarterbacks, two are not throwing an interception for the first 8 practices. Uh, Patrick Paul looking like a man amongst boys out there. Jonah seemed to be doing good. You know what? There was a Kenneth Grant site, and he did some. He might have won a day today. I'll say that. He might have won his day today when it comes to tackle versus guard. Obviously Waddle been balling out. Tyreek had some good throws. They said that what's his name? Got target. Not Malik. Taj Washington had a nice long run. Things of that nature. Based on what you heard, Luke, because I know you haven't been out there. What would you say will be probably, let's say, your most impressive unit so far, based on what you've heard so far?
Well, listen, I'm not going to take yours. Well, hopefully, I don't know what your answer is, but you're the trench guy here on the show, so I'm not going to take the trenches away from you, right? I'm gonna go with the quarterbacks, Tone. Again, I kind of highlighted this the other day from the backup standpoint. I think this is the best backup core that we've had, at least under the Tua era, right? Because we always talk about
Mm-hmm.
backups because the concern is if Tua when he goes down, right? And listen, we all know the cast of characters: the Mike Whites, the Skylar Thompsons, the Jacoby Brissett's, the Teddy Bridgewaters. Those guys, in my opinion, it's good to see Zach Wilson
Tyler
out
Huntley.
here. Tyler Huntley, right? So it's good to see Zach Wilson out here and looking like it. He's getting better in the scheme. Is he all the way there where he should be? No, obviously not. But there has been some good days. Obviously, Tone, you've been there. Quinn Ewers, some ups and downs. But I would say from things that I've heard, Quinn Ewers has had probably more good than bad at
Yes.
training camp. And then obviously Tua Tagovailoa still yet to throw an interception at training camp. So I would say the most impressive unit for me so far would be that quarterback room, man. Again, I think a big part of this season is turnovers. The quarterback that has the ball in their hands on every play. It's good to see that we haven't heard a lot of turnovers coming out of that position and stuff. So that's going to be my answer to him. The most impressive unit for me so far, again, not being there, just things that I heard, is the quarterback position or the quarterback room.
That's you know what Tyreek Hill also said that we should pay Tyler Hero. That's 100% cap. Game Boy 305. You working on getting that wrench taken away from you, my brother?
Yeah, Game
um,
Boy, don't worry. I'm gonna send it right back. When it gets anywhere, I'm gonna give it back.
hey, Mike Best said I heard Lewis sticking up a tour today against Cap for Life. Almost brought a tear to my eye. And you know what? Did y'all discuss who you was gonna say your most important unit is before he got in here? Because y'all
Hey,
seem
hey,
to be on the
hey,
same page.
hey, Tone, the
Um,
oos is loose,
oh,
baby. The
hold
oos
on.
is loose.
Let me follow this thread real quick. Let's say hi in my chat. J- just you know what? Don't even worry about it. We got something to talk about, right, Lou? We got something to talk about when she get back.
Hey man,
This
that
PTO
PTO
thing is
schedule,
getting out of hand.
that PTO schedule is crazy, man.
She said hi to the best co-host ever. You're right, the best. Cause we boy carrying. But you want to hi my Jess. You can elaborate on that mess, my Jess. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Hey,
Von Joe
hey,
say
yo.
Von Joe say the QB room had been the most impressive. Wow, I say D line. Okay, shout out. Vicinity in the building. She said, "Hey, Von Joe. Uh, what is he saying? Louis Valor? That's what he's saying. Louis Valor. Is he trying to call you Tua
Now, you
Valor?
see, hey, Tone, you see, now I said Zach Wilson. I said Quinn Ewers, but all these people heard was Tua Tagovailoa. You see what I'm saying? That's all they
Lewis
heard.
is a Tua near adjacent.
I don't even know what the hell that means, Tone. I don't even. Hey, Tone. Tone? Should I be offended?
No, sir. Well,
Uh,
you said the Uts is loose so far, so I don't know. Oh man, he said they were talking about the Donald Trump. Do you see Donald Trump say to a name? Yes, we most definitely did. Uh, hey, shout out to y'all wilding early. But listen, he said no emotion, my brother Lou. My most impressive unit, obviously, you know what I'm going to say is offensive line. Um, well, as a unit, I would say this: offensive line. You know, and Louis, I should ask you this too afterwards, but the defensive line, the front seven, has been by far the most impressive unit as a whole. Right?
mm-hmm.
The like the front seven is without question. That's as a whole, you know, that's the 40. That's Jalen Phillips, that's Kenneth Grant, Zach Sealer, Bradley Chubb. You can add in Chop Robinson, um, Chop Robinson. You could add in who else? Who else? Somebody else was doing good. Oh, you could add in Willie Gay Jr., who's probably been the most impressive linebacker or out of all of them. Jordan Brooks, you know him and Willie Gay Jr. been neck to neck. Uh, Johan Dawson, he made a flash today. So this is the first time really making flash plays. But for the most part, that front seven has been the most right impressive units so far. But think about this. That means, well, that you assume probably that the offensive line hasn't been doing well. No, no, sir. The most impressive person, right, out there, hands down, that's from any position, has been Patrick Paul. And I've been saying this every episode. I've been saying this every time we get in spaces. I've been mentioning this, and every time I say I'm going to come in here and let's just say it's the Patrick Paul propaganda. But what it is this has been by far since I've been going to the training camp the largest jump from rookie to second year that I've ever seen. Because there's a lot of people out there saying that he was bad and they was worried about whether Teron Armstead was going to retire and who if he could take over at that position, right? Me and you, we broke down the film and we said, well, he wasn't as bad as people was initially saying he was. When you go back and look at the film, he wasn't. His first game was against Myles Garrett. Like, remember that. His first game was against Myles Garrett. Who doesn't have a bad game against Myles Garrett, right? So you take that with a grain of salt. Take that on the chin and say, hey, man, listen, you were the better man today. I'm gonna work on getting better. But now, I'll say this, right, Lou? I said this to y'all in this space, but let me say this over here for our good people over here on the Blitz Pickup. Patrick Paul has been so impressive. Not only impressive, right? He's been so dominant that after I think the second or third drill that they was running, after the second or third drill that they run, I think it was after the third drill, when Bradley Chubb went to the sideline, he threw his helmet out of frustration. This how much Patrick Paul has been dominating him. He threw his helmet. So I want y'all to take that and realize that Patrick Paul has been out there not only holding up. I ain't gonna say holding up. He's been dominant. He ain't been only holding his own. That man has been dominant, right? Trip H says so. So what you're saying, Tony H, is we live in the trenches. Listen, man, trenches. Everyone's been complaining about the trenches. We, like I said, myself, and Lou as well. We both came out here and we said this live on this platform. We was wrong about Patrick Paul, at least up to now. So far, thus far, we've been wrong. So we have to be man enough to admit we was wrong. And I would say, and I believe Lou, you will as well, right? I'm glad he's proving us wrong, though.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like, we would prefer to be proven wrong. I'm like, that's what we're looking for. Like when we was all like, we wanted Brian Thomas Jr. That's what we wanted, but we got chopped. Lou, we had a conversation earlier about the Michael Parsons thing, and they had gave up a scenario or threw out a scenario about, whether you would be willing to give up in a trade package. Would you be willing to include Chop Robinson? Me and you both said no.
No, we said no. Yeah.
Now, these are coming for two guys that didn't initially want them, but we do see the potential, and we do understand that he has the potential to prove us wrong as well. Right? Now, do he have the potential to be better than Brian Thomas Jr.? I don't know. Brian Thomas is doing his own thing as it pertains to the respective position. But Chop looking like he can be one of those, Lou, I'm for the use of word that's been thrown around lately, one of those foundational pieces.
Here we go. Here we go.
He look like he could be a potential foundational piece, and hopefully he becomes that. So let's see. I see you talking trash, Michael Cage. You said Chump Robinson. You better hope he don't show out against Josh Allen, because he did get a key sack on Josh Allen last game. Right now, he did follow that up with a jump off sides. However, he had a key sack against Chop Robinson. Against Josh Allen in that offensive line. So we'll see. But yeah, Lutz, if that was me, I don't know if you want to give one of your most impressive persons, just so you won't have to stick to a unit. But yeah, Patrick Paul, hands down, has been the most impressive player thus far, bar none, whatever position you want to talk about.
Yeah, listen. Again, Patrick Paul. I've been saying it from things that I've heard, not only from you, Tone, but from a couple other people. Patrick Paul has been overall our best player at training camp, right? So, but you already highlighted him. I'll give a young guy that you're starting to hear more and more about making plays, and it's crazy because even Tyreek Hill today in his press conference mentioned this guy, and I know a lot of people in our fan base, Tone, is worried about our secondary. A guy like Storm Duck
Mm-hmm.
is a guy I've been listening to a couple people talking around and stuff, Tone. And I guess the better question will be for you. We see some clips today of him making plays. Jack Jones, obviously, with the interception today as well, another young guy. But Storm Duck, bro, I've been hearing quietly he's been having a pretty good camp. Again, is he going to get beat? Yeah, sure. Going up against Tyreek and Waddle every day, even Malik Washington, you know, the cast of characters,
Mm-hmm.
corners are going to get beat. But it's kind of encouraging, Tone, that, you know, again, Storm Duck, a second-year guy, it seems like he's making strides to get better each and every day. And that ultimately, that's what you want to hear from some of these young players in camp. Tone, give us like an update on Storm Duck. Am I right with my assessment? Have you seen anything from him you like, you don't like? What do you think about Storm Duck?
Okay, well, I would say this. Prior to today's training camp, that secondary, no one stood out. No one. I say the best thing that happened was in one-on-ones. No, actually, the best thing that happened was one-on-one. Jason Marshall Jr., the cornerback we drafted out of Florida, he had a breakup in one-on-ones, and he had a amazing pick of Quinn Ewers on out like a T tightrope and got the interception and tipped it and caught it and got his feet down. That would have been out of all of the first 5 training camp practice that we went to. Yeah, I've went to. That would have been the only play. However, well, outside of obviously safety, you know, Mika got the interception. Safeties hasn't been bad, but when it came to the cornerback, no one was making plays. Now today, however, and I said this. Remember, I don't know if it was on Spaces or here. I said the cornerbacks, they play better in man-to-man coverage. They make a lot of mistakes when they're running the zones, and obviously we know the miscommunications. You have to have great communication skills. Great communication skills when you're running a zone, and y'all have to be on the same page. Y'all have to see the same thing. When y'all have to know what to adjust to. Everyone has to be on the same page when it comes to those type of things, especially when you're running the zone. And now these crazy exotic type zones to where you won one type of zone on this side and another type of zone on the other side. So you have to be able to be on the same page. But I will say this, Storm Duck did make a play one-on-one down multiple plays today. But the most impressive one, they had a video going around on X when he had Tyreek one-on-one down the sideline. Tyreek tried to go on the go route, and he made an amazing breakup. One-on-one with Tyreek. He didn't panic. He looked like he was comfortable. He made a veteran move. He made sure Tyreek stayed out of bounds. Tyreek high-pointed the ball. He didn't panic. He rated to the ball, got into within his reach, knocked the ball out, and pushed Tyreek out of bounds at the same time, creating an incomplete pass. So, yes, he has it looked like he has some potential. Tyreek actually said that he feels like he has been the best DB so far, and he has a potential to be special. But yeah, so you're not far off, but I would say it's not too difficult to be the most impressive DB considering the competition. Now Jack Jones, Lou, this is 2 days in a row that he made a play, so he looked like
Yeah, absolutely.
he's gonna be doing his thing.
Plays. Yeah,
Linda, I know you asked Linda. I said, do you think Parsons would be traded to play for the Dolphins? No.
No.
Now it's not. He demanded a trade, Linda, but players do that when they want. It's like just a tactical ploy that they use to put the pressure on their GMs or the owner from this standpoint in this particular situation to let them know that they're getting basically frustrated and they want to one out. Now he made that long post, so he seemed to be putting a lot of pressure on it. But we all know the owners, they still hold the all the chips in their hands, and they could basically force his hand. but I don't know. I'm not sure. That might get a little messy because of Jerry Jones tactics, but he typically pays them at the end. He just go through all this craziness, man. He's known for this. So what I was gonna say is, yeah. So that was Storm Duck was that's who you asked before. I'm trying to see was I going to ask you something. No, I was going to go to the next one. So we already did the most
Hey,
impressive.
y'all be like Ali, man. Ali says he's at I guess the team party or the fan party or whatever, getting ready for tomorrow. But he said hit the like button, hit the effing. Well, he was, I guess, effing, uh,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
button. But
yeah, yeah,
y'all be
yeah.
like Ali, man, and hit the like button, man. And shout out to Ali for pulling up at the party.
Yeah, man, hit that like button. We know. Listen, it's Friday. We understand. Y'all pre-gaming with us before y'all hang out. But go ahead and hit that like button real quick and come on back on in here and finish listening to the content. So yeah, Lou. So now that we got the most impressive unit out the way, give me some thoughts on again based on who you actually. Let me take this one first. Let me because I was out there. So
Yeah, for sure.
So the least impressive unit so far for me, unfortunately, it would have been I would have came in thinking that it would have been the DBs, right? But y'all might be surprised, but it's the running back unit. To me, the least impressive unit so far in training camp has been the running back unit. Now today they had an amazing day today. Barton, without question, this was their best day of practice. As a unit, as a whole, right? Before today, you had Alexander Madison. He had some breakout runs. Again, that's coming against the second and third team, but for the most part, he's been on third team. Achane had maybe one, maybe two breakout, but that'll be so far in between till you don't notice them anymore because you have so many tackles for losses, so many stop for 1 or 2 yardage. They haven't been as impressive as we assumed they would be. We was excited about adding Ali Gordon Jr. to the Ali Gordon the third to the running back room, but they haven't been doing their job. They haven't. I mean, and kudos to the front seven, like I said, been the most impressive unit. Stopping the run plays a lot of a big part in that. So for the people that was worried about Kenneth Grant, he at least from the run stopping aspect of the game, he's been doing his job. These running backs, Willie Gay, Jordan Brooks, y'all saw Jordan Brooks get the orange jersey today. And I know all of the beat writers and the people, most of those people, for the most part, they were just giving praise to Willie Gay Jr., which he has been so impressive. Rightfully so, it was warranted, right? However, I came in here and I said, here and on X, I said, Jordan Brooks has been just as impressive. It's like we expected from him, so it doesn't impress us anymore because he's been doing that. He was impressive last season, but he had just as many breakups, big plays, tackle for losses. Now Willie Gay has way more opportunities to get interceptions, right? And he drops them. But remember, I want y'all to know, for the most part, Willie Gay Jr. is going against second and third team unit. So his interceptions, all of them came, or potential interception came from either Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers. Jordan Brooks has been going up against first team. You remember that amazing play I said he made on the sideline, sticking a receiver out of the, I think it was the receiver 18 out of the backfield. That was against first team. So he has been just as impressive as Willie Gay Jr. He's just been going up against first team. So, everyone getting out about Tua and Tyreek hitting the long plays, and Waddle been balling out all training camp. So, again, that front seven has been dominant, which helps me with, like I say, the running back unit. They has been the least impressive unit for me. Today, they showed some promise. Hopefully, they could build on this, because today was the first time I seen Ali Gordon Jr., multiple nice runs. Like I said the last time, I said, okay, he looked like he was warming up. And today, he did continue in that same trend, which he pressed the line, nice cutback. Both of his big runs today was off cutbacks. Pressing the line of scrimmage, boom, finding the opening lane. And you know what that means too, Lou? for him to be able to press the line of scrimmage and find a lane, that means our offensive line is holding the blocks.
Facts.
Right? So to me, I would say yes, the least impressive unit was the running backs, but don't blow a gasket. They did have a major step forward today. So hopefully that's a trend of good things to come. I want to see a back and forth training camp. I don't want the defense to win every practice. Offense have not won one practice so far, not one. But yeah, that's mine. Lou, what about you?
You know what, crazy tone? You took mine. I was gonna say the running
Oh,
back. Um, so I'll give you another one, right? But everything you said was spot on. I agree. Some of the things I've heard, not only from you but from others, is yeah, you have some good runs here and there, but for the majority of the time, it's been lackluster to say the least. But for me, I'll go another way. The least impressive unit, is my opinion, is the tight end position. Because we ain't really got one. Darren Waller hasn't even been on the field yet for us. The Tanner Connors of the world, whatever. The Jonah Hills or whatever. It's been mid. So not a lot of conversation from me on this topic. I would say, yeah, the tight end position though, for me, I don't even think I've gotten any good. Maybe Tanner Connor a catch here and there, and Hill maybe a catch here and there, but for the most part, bro, I haven't heard really nothing about the tight end room. So that would be my answer. Since you went with the running backs, I'll go with the tight ends. I haven't heard nothing
yeah.
specifically from that unit. So
Yeah, outside of that first day or two, but I know outside of the second day when they had 4 touchdowns, just completely wide open. Yeah, not too much from them. And the biggest play was a Julian Hill drop, like you said. You know what, Mike Best? This is a great point because I said the offense haven't won one practice. I would ask them today. That is, Omar he's not off base for that. I would have asked him today based on how that running game looked. Now the passing game, I would have to say the DBs won the passing game. The DB won. They got 2 interceptions, right? And but that running game, I think the running game had 4, maybe 5 touchdowns today. And 2 of them was out big, long out. A 20-yard run from the red zone by Achan, and another maybe a I think it was again from the 20 yard or maybe 30 yards out by Achan, and then one long one by not a long one but short one by Jalen Wright, and yeah, and 2 by Ollie Gordon. So yes, I think no, 1 by Ollie Gordon. So they scored 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my man, context don't give it a break, dog.
Mm. Oh wow. Okay, Grumpy in the building. Luisito Tony took my binoculars. Yo, I had a real heavyweight belt, baby. All right, Grumpy. Shout out to you in the chat, my boy. I hope to see you early, Grumpy. Don't get too turned tonight. So yeah, Lou. So that's the week. A training camp. Um, Next topic I would say that I want to talk about because you kind of brought this up with your most impressive unit on the first segment. So what do you think about our you know what? I'm gonna go first on this one again because you gave your opinion on this. Who's QB number 2? What I would say about that is
Mm.
no one has separated himself. Zach Wilson will have a bunch of impressive throws and follow up with probably an interception or 2 or potential interceptions, right? Then Quinn Ewers would do the same thing. He have a great showing, but then a follow up with an interception or a potential interception or 2, right? And then you had one day when Zach Wilson looked at he didn't look too well. And Quinn Ewers was very impressive that day. You remember that? I think that was the third or fourth practice. I said Quinn Ewers was the best quarterback on the field that day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you have the following practice, Zach Wilson had the best throw of the day with the extra throw, and then the other 2, well, 2, he started off very, very, very slow, and then he picked it up toward the end. But Zach Wilson had the best performance out of the backup quarterbacks. And then for the most part, every other day, they both was right on par with each other. I will say this, though. I have way more confidence that if Tua goes down, our backups would be able to at least maintain and give us at least a 500 record or better, right? A 500 or better record if we needed them. If I had to edge someone, it would be Zach Wilson, strictly based off the experience. Because I would say, even though he made the most impressive throws, Quinn Ewers had just as many as him, but Zach Wilson had way more, not way more, but he had more interceptions / potential interceptions, because there are a couple of them that every interception except for one that Willie Gay Jr. dropped was coming from Zach Wilson. Only one of them was coming from Quinn Ewers, right? So yeah, I would say that. I would add Zach Wilson, obviously, because his experience, but Quinn Ewers don't look too shabby. This is not a Skylar Thompson situation. Skylar Thompson situation, like last time. But yeah, I would say, I would add Zach Wilson.
Yeah, for me, Tone, and what I'm about to say, it's for real life and for any good movie you've ever seen. The number one thing they tell you is follow the money.
Follow the money. Yeah, yep.
The money dictates Zach Wilson as QB2. Because the fact of the matter is, bro, Quinn Ewers is virtually making nothing for the first 3-4 years. He's a four-year player, but I think, bro, he's a 7th-round pick. There's no money, right? So just with that being said, again, I don't have to be long-winded on this. Now, has Quinn Ewers been impressive from OTAs and training camp or mini camp to now? Yeah, it seems like he's getting better and better and more comfortable in this offense. And I do like what Mike McDaniel said about there could be a real competition. Like, he's giving Quinn Ewers every opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard for me, Tone, to believe. I think they paid Zach Wilson like $5, $6, $7 million, whatever.
$6 million.
Yeah, bro. A $6 million player versus a player that's probably making a couple $100,000. I'm gonna say follow the money. I think when the season starts, Quinn Ewers is QB3, Zach Wilson QB2, and wait for it, Tone. Obviously, there's only one spot left, and that's for the Oos is Loose, baby.
Hey, listen, this is what I would say. I will say this. Yes, he is. Zach Wilson is the only one on this team outside of Tua and Waddle that is guaranteed past this season. So take that for what you would. Von Joe said, "Yo, Tony H. and Lewis, after week 1 of training camp, has your expectation for the season changed? Record and expectation. Record and expectation. That was gonna be the topic. Yes, yesterday. Don Joe. So great question, my brother. But obviously Kato Kohu went down, so I had to switch it up last moment. But yes, as far as answering your question, no. Am I more impressed than I initially thought how the team was going to look? I think they look a little bit better than what I initially thought how they was going to look. I would say that. But as far as me changing my expectations and thinking that they're going to get more than 9 wins, no, I'm still around a 9-8. Remember I said 9-8, 10-7 is where I am at for this season. I'm still leaning towards the 9-8, but the potential for, I think the only difference is with Quinn Ewers is not Quinn Ewers, Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. I don't think we lose to Indianapolis last season if we had one of them at backup. I don't think we lose to Tennessee last season if we had them in that backup. You know, those teams that even though your quarterback go down, you still have a better roster and you should beat them anyways. In spite of your starting quarterback being down, I think we still beat those teams if we had a Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers on this team. So that's the only difference from us. You know, last year we went 8-9. We probably would have been 9-8 and 10-7. Instead of 8-9. That's the only difference that I see, right? But what about you, Lou? What you think?
Nah,
Any
I'm,
change?
I'm with you, Tone. Listen, we both said 9-8, and to your point, right? Like, I think there's 9 wins on this team even before, because we said it even before training camp and mini camps even started. We said we did our record prediction. We both were 9-8. So I think there's 9 wins on this team. And to your point, if you win one of those games that we predicted to lose, or two of those games that we predicted to lose, or whatever, you could possibly be 10, 11 wins. I'm not ready to go that far yet, but yeah, no. So my expectation, it really hasn't changed. Now I'm with you. I like what I'm hearing from camp, though. It sounds like, again, there was a lot of doom and gloom. This team was going to be complete
Yes.
trash. I don't think they're going to be complete trash, but nah, bro, I would say 9-8, possibly a 10-7, something like that. Yeah, I could still see that for sure.
We got 33 of y'all in the building. It's y'all got in the building. Like literally, I am lit. As I'm speaking, my tickets has dropped. So it's official. I will be there tomorrow, Grumpy. I will be there, my brother. For Member Day. Y'all just got them tickets dropped right as we speaking. But for all 34 y'all now, please hit that like button because we're about to get turned up. The Blitz pickup that y'all all came to see. We got it. We got to give y'all some content so y'all could learn something. And we it's not all about turning up. And I know y'all like to see the excitement and us going back and forth. We got another interview from Tyreek Hill. Y'all know how it go. Me and Lou might be on opposite side. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how it seemed like we was earlier, but let's see how this goes down. But I got a couple clips for y'all. Tyreek has did an interview. You know what? We gonna go clip by clip because I didn't want to run the risk of y'all not getting the full story. So here we go. Let's run this first clip.
Tua was saying last week that you still have to rebuild your relationship with this team after how last season ended. How is that going for you, and what have you done to do with that?
Just showing up, man. I feel like that's the most important thing. Being consistent, coming out here working every day hard. Just trying to get back to that old form of myself, man. I think that's very important. And just holding myself accountable, man. I think Tua comments were needed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's obviously the leader of our team, so he sets the standard. So I'm just trying to be the best teammate, best version of myself for this team I can be, man. Every day, showing up to meetings, coming out here every day, busting my tail in practice. I think it's important, man. So if you want to be able to leave a legacy, you got to be able to consistently do those kind of things.
To that end, we've seen you make a concerted effort to be out here during the stretch, at the start of stretches.
Right.
Is that intentional? Is that part of that same thing of just holding yourself accountable?
I mean, yeah, man. I think it's very important because football is a team sport, and I think whenever whenever guys, are able to see me come out here and stretch with them, it just keeps the engine rolling. You know what I'm saying, with the whole team. So it is important. The one day I did miss, though, I was just dropping the kids off to the pool. So I mean, besides that, I'm out here every day, dog.
Tyreek, for the longest time now, you were coming out after everybody. Is that because you're stretching inside, or what's going on there?
Nah, I was just trying to see what y'all was talking about on Twitter before I came out. That's a serious answer, though. Was this last year? Yeah, that's a serious answer there. What? Did you want me to say more? You want me to expound on that? That's all I got to say. I just wanted to see what you guys were posting before I came out.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
Tone, what we doing, Talk?
Give me. Let me give me your opinion. What's your thoughts? I see the haters already in the chat. Facts, Tyreek. Facts. Okay. What do you think, Lou? You heard it.
Well, the first thing I want to say is I need everybody in the chat right now to say, why is Tyreek talking about stuff in the media? That's what I need. That's what I need. That's the first thing I need, Tone. And the second thing, bro, like, again, Tyreek Hill, basically, did he just not self-admit that he was not showing up to meetings and practice and all that stuff last year? Is that not what I heard?
That is
Didn't
what
he
you
say,
heard.
"Oh, are you talking about last year?" So now we can end all that. He did admit to being I don't want to say the word, but a mess up, a screw up last season. Bro, the fact of the matter is, it's Tyreek. Even in this press conference, when you watch him, right? And I know we have more clips, this, that, and the third tone, but it's like nothing is serious with him. Even like it just comes off, bro, like as he doesn't care, right? And what I heard today in that Twitter space, I ain't gonna lie, Tone, I agree with what y'all were saying. Do I believe that Tyreek really meant Tua as the leader of this team and that the comments were warranted and stuff? No, I don't. I don't believe Tyreek Hill feels like that. Now, again, that doesn't change my stance that I believe what Tua did was right. Like the comments were right. That still doesn't change. But do I
Right.
believe that Tyreek really meant what he said there and this, that, and the third? Nah, bro. I don't. I don't think Tyreek respects Tua on that level. And I think he was basically, taking a shot at him at the same time. And then even the comment tone of, well, I was just taking the kids to the pool and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like, bro, it's joking around. It's playing around. It doesn't seem like a guy that's sincere or being serious, anything of that nature. It's just, I'm going to be honest, Tone. And this is the last thing I'll say. I'll just throw it to you and then we can continue the conversation, bro. But I'm just over this Tyreek Hill shit, bro. Like I am. It's to the point now, Tone, to where do I love him? Like when he's catching touchdowns and doing backflips and cartwheels and stuff, yeah, it's exciting, bro. But at this point, going into year 4, Tyreek, is the risk worth the reward? And I don't mean risk. Well, with Tyreek, you never know. It could be another baby mama show up. It could be another,
Mm.
whatever situation. It's always something with Tyreek in it, bro. Again, Tone, I'll throw it to you. I'm just over the Tyreek Hill shit, bro. I really am. It's exhausting at this point.
You know what, Lou, and I'm glad you went first because all I can say is I told you so. That's what I can tell everyone. I see Mike Best said strongly disagree. Look at him. He said he strongly disagree. I don't know what you strongly disagree upon. True Fifth fan said 100%, Lewis, 100. So he agrees with you. Mike Best again says Tyreek respects Tua. The best wide receiver we ever had. This is what I was going to say. I told if you look at that, he doesn't seem like he's taking anything serious. You're gonna tell me? I mean, he's been Tyreek, and we know how Tyreek is. He don't care what he says in the media, and you're gonna tell me? Yeah. I agree. The reason you was late was taking a dump.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's the best you came up with. Now, everyone was laughing and joking, and but this is goes down the lines of what I was saying. I just don't think he's taking it serious. And listen, Tyreek gonna be Tyreek. If you can't handle it, then you need to understand that. Listen, we can't handle it. We don't want to deal with this. Kansas City did it over there at with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes on that team. They were like, "Listen, you're talented, but we're not with the antics. All the extras, we're not with it. It's not worth it." And they went on and won 2 Super Bowls without him. Now, does he help this team win? And does he propose a threat to the defense and help out this offense tremendously? Yes, that without question. But at this point, after yielding the results that we have these 3 years with him, is it worth it? I'm trying to figure this out. Because I point this out all the time. You know he's dropped the touchdown in every big game that we played too. Tua isn't the only one that needs to step up in big games.
Oh, they don't want to hear that, Tom.
Is that worth him being on his team? Those 1,700 yards and those whatever, how many he had? 13 touchdowns in week 13. I mean 2023. How many of them came against Buffalo?
They don't want to hear that, Tom.
Did y'all remember, or should I? Because y'all know once I go do my homework, right, it gets nasty for these players. And all of you people that that likes being on the player side, when I go drop them numbers of how they look against our divisional foe, i.e., that bully Buffalo up the north in upstate New York, Tyreek, I don't think he had, well, in one playoff game, he had over 100 yards, right? Which that matters the most. But outside of that, he's terrible. He don't go over 100 yards against Buffalo. Don't tend to score touchdowns either. His numbers against Buffalo is horrible. And that's from Kansas City to Miami. So think about that. When we talk about our team and our players need to step up in the big game, I'm sorry. He doesn't either. He doesn't. So let's keep that in mind, right? So yeah, I just wanted to play that because, me and Mike Best had a back and forth earlier, and I'm looking at, he doesn't even look serious. With you seeing how low he was, how he was talking, trying to find his words, that's being politically correct. That's not how Tyreek talk. When you heard him talk about taking a dump, and that was the Tyreek you used to watching on the podium, at the podium. But at the beginning, when he was thinking everything out strategically, you could tell he was thinking about saying the right things. He didn't seem like he believed it. So you want to know what I was thinking when I watched it?
Bullshit!
You said stop the cap, Lou.
Damn.
I call BS.
Damn.
That's all I'm saying. Right?
Mm.
Okay. That was the first one. Here we go. We got another clip for y'all. Here we go.
The reputation of this team being a finesse team and the short yardage issues, the running game issues last year. How do you change that identity?
Take Devon out on third down. What? You want him? That's my honest opinion. If it's third and short, he's not a power back. I be telling him that in the locker room, but he a power back. I love Devon though, but if I'm being honest, that's why you got Jalen Wright. That's why you got Ollie Gordon for those kind of situations.
Okay, but what about the reputation of the team being finesse?
Nah, man. I mean, everybody has opinions, man, outside of the building, man. But I think it's important that we continue putting good stuff on tape. I mean, as wideouts, it can be tough for me and Waddle to go in and try to crack a safety or block a linebacker essentially, and then come back and try to catch a pass. But the mindset, it has to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be willing to go in and sacrifice yourself and sacrifice your body for your teammate. You know what I'm saying? And also for this team, man, so we can keep the drive rolling. So the mindset is there this year. You know what I'm saying? I see guys flying off the ball. I see receivers attacking linebackers, attacking safeties in the box. So the more reps that we get, the better we will be. So today we did short yardage. I wasn't able to pay attention, but whenever I go in here and watch film, I'll be able to assess it then. So.
Lou, once again. So they was asking about the narrative about this team been soft. He made a joke about Devon HM, when I tend to agree with him. You use the big guys and bully them to get the third and fourth and ones. But what do you think about the first part about them being soft, and then the second part about how he felt about the narratives of the team being soft?
To stop, y'all keep talking, huh? You keep talking, man, and you shut the fuck up.
That's how I feel, Tom. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, again, all I'm saying is that's the same spiel we've heard coming out of training camp. Oh, I see us doing this, and I know we're gonna do this, and stop, bro. Stop. No one wants to hear that no more. I'm on that wait and see approach. Stop talking about, what it is and what y'all are doing and stuff. Show me.
Facts.
That's it. So, again, bro, this is, again, he didn't even look serious when he did it. One thing I want to say with that clip, though, Did you hear when he said, "Oh, I didn't really get a chance to look at it"? Or
I'm so glad you pinpoint that one. Yes, I had to go back and watch the film.
I got to go back and watch the film. What do you mean? You out there? Like he basically just self-admitted, I'm not paying attention. That's what he said.
Thank you. See, that's why I ain't say nothing. That's why I'm asking you to answer these questions first, because I already reviewed these, and I'm like, I wonder if you're picking up on the same things that I'm picking up. I think I saw, first of all, shout out to True Fit Fan. Tony and Lewis have easily become my favorite show. Got me waiting on this show like an addict. Appreciate you. You know where you come over
True.
here. You're going to get 100% honesty. This is not the sugar fluff. This is when y'all want our honest assessments, and not the people that just going to make you think everything is going good and well. No, we're going to tell you what's the good about this team and what's also the not so good. But Lou, that's the first thing I thought about. When he said I wasn't able to pay attention, first thing came to my mind was,
What do you mean by that?
That's a fact.
What do you mean you wasn't able to pay attention? You want to know why, Lou? What that clip is not showing is he was talking about how him and Waller was out there talking to Chad Johnson about their Madden ratings.
Bro, that's crazy, Tone. I heard the same thing. That's crazy.
This is what they were doing. That's what about the Madden ratings. And then you got to go back and watch film. What about watching the receivers, the second, third, so you can have some teaching points for them? Learning. Hey, listen, when you came out that route, you came out too soon. Hey, listen, next time when you got that defense on you like this, use this the little subtle. Don't extend your arm, but look what you see Waddle starting to do now is use that, get physical with cornerbacks now. He's not pushing off, but he's being physical. So when he turned with that little. You see how I'm doing it? You can't see that. That is like a natural turn. But I'm asking you to say, get off me. And most people push down like this so it don't look like they're going over, and it just look like that. Well, how? These are the things, the little nuances, the little small things that people don't pay attention to, that I'm glad you caught up on that and said, well, what do you mean you got to go back and watch the film? Live action is the best teaching point right then and there. Yeah, you see that? Now, it's good to go back and watch the film, but you want to know what? If you would have told him why he was out on practice field, he could have, the practice field, he could have practiced it on his next rep. He could have put it in practice immediately. But to say I didn't pay attention, I'm paying attention to this. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, it's not a big deal. No, it is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Because football is a game of inches. And it's that little thing right there that could be the difference between you getting over the hump or just going right back, staying right there and not being able to get over the hump, going right back down, starting over again. So I'm sorry.
Crazy.
We just got to be honest with you. What do you mean by that? Sorry. Now in the front end games with H-Chan, even though there's some honesty in there, but you can see that he have a good working relationship. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to point out. You see how he seems like him and H-Chan had a good relationship, right, Lou?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That probably falls in the line, though. You remember when they would talk about the dogs and all that, and H-Chan was trying to be politically correct, and you were like, why he didn't call, why he was on tours, didn't call the team out and say, hey, he said there was some dog. I'm leaning towards you. That's kind of like a bad sign. Listen, I don't care how friend you is with him. Call him out.
I'm telling you, that's what I've been asking for.
If you're gonna say something, don't beat around the bush. But we starting to see these things that's coming to fruition. That it's like, okay, now it's starting to make more sense. So he said, to be fair, the man got 2K in 2 years. I think he's got it as a wide receiver. See, Game Boy 305, that's the mindset that we don't want. We want to talk about him. We will talk about him helping out the younger receivers.
What about, does Malik Washington have it?
Oh, Lou. Pause, y'all. You remember I said, that's what Malik Washington. You remember when we gave out when I was going to give my least impressive unit, and I said the running back unit, I wanted to say the least impressive person has been Malik Washington.
Wow, really?
Have you heard anything camp from Malik Washington?
To be honest,
a catch?
No, I haven't heard nothing.
A play? A reverse?
Really?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing from Malik Washington. That's very surprising because we had high hopes of him being that third receiver and, taking over that return. But that's a fact. So yeah,
I mean,
Game Boy
to be fair, we've heard more plays. Well, I've heard more plays coming from D. Eskridge.
D. Eskridge, right?
Than Malik.
Dean Eskridge, Easy E, Ezukama,
even Taj Washington,
Westbrook Akine, huh?
Taj Washington as well.
Taj Washington had the longest touchdown run, make a move and going down the sideline for like 65 yards, right? So Westbrook Akine, he had a play here and there, but Malik Washington has been non-existent.
Wow,
that is crazy. But yeah, y'all take that, with a grain of salt. Well, I get into the last clip right now. Last clip of the day. Here we go.
And as far as Coach Slow, he's been great too. As far as like route detail, where to be at for the quarterback, I think he has done a great job on simplifying for me and Waddle, and then also the other guys on just this offense. Because at first, I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't understand the offense for the first 3 years of me being here. But this year, I feel like Coach Slow has explained it a lot. And, we're taking notes in the meeting rooms, which is great, something I've never done in my career. I'm taking notes in meeting rooms, even if I know it, I'm taking notes. So he's definitely helped us all, man. He's been great.
Again, Lou?
You ready for my answer?
Yes, sir.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Tony, this has to be some of the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard in my life. Did you just hear what this man said?
Did I not?
Now, Tony, I just want to highlight some things. So Tyreek Hill has been here for 3 years with Mike McDaniel, the creator of this offense.
Oh my goodness.
He mentioned Bobby Slowick is helping him understand the offense, again, that Mike McDaniel created. Bobby Slowick been here for 2 months.
Oh my goodness.
How in the hell, Tony, does our coach that's been here for 2 months have more knowledge of this offense than you, that you've been here 3 years? How in the hell, Tony, is a coach that's been here 2 months helping him more than Mike McDaniel, again, the creator of the offense, hasn't helped you in 3 years?
Man.
Am I the only one that caught that?
Of course you're not the only one that caught that.
The man said Bobby Slowick, dog.
Bobby Slowick.
Nah, Tyreek trolling the hell out of us now, dog. Nah. Tone, listen. Again, bro, I'm done. Tone, what are we supposed to do with this, dog?
Hey, man, I don't know, Lou. This is what I would say, Lou. He said something about Prim. I think the new wide receiver coach. What's the new wide receiver? Prim or something like that. Something Prim, right? He said he's been getting on our nerves since he's been here, right? And I noticed, and then he followed up with Bobby Slowick, and them making them learn the offense. When I heard him say that, a memory came to my mind, and this was my first thought.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Y'all remember that touchdown against Denver? And he came off the field
and
yelling at Tua, saying he ran the wrong route.
Mm-hmm.
And then coach had to go. Wes Walker had to go to him and show him the play, and he had to apologize to him.
Yeah.
I wonder why. The boy say it's his first time taking notes. Are you serious? Now, Lou, you just brought up a perfect point. Mike McDaniel, first year was 2022. Tyreek got here in 2022. The first time Mike McDaniel's offense has been exposed or even saw was in 2022, which means there's not a single soul in the league that knew Mike McDaniel offense. So how on God's green earth are you not taking notes from day one, from year one?
Crazy.
What kind of arrogant diva mentality is that? The nerve to tell us the team that made you the highest paid wide receiver that you wasn't even giving your all from day one. Now, I know a lot of people that's positive, right? Will look at that and say, oh, I'm so proud of him. He's finally taking it serious. We should give him credit for that. For what? Doing his job that he's supposed to have been doing from day one?
Talk to him, Tom. Talk to him.
And y'all
talk
and
to
then
him.
We want to talk about why there's division in this locker room. Are you crazy right now? There is no way. Lou, we keep saying, how do you say something like that on a public platform? He can't take notes, Tony.
What? Yeah,
he injured his wrist. His wrist wasn't injured when he was out there catching touchdowns, when he was running. You know what? I'm just trying to figure out how did you not? Now you came over here. You wanted to be the highest paid wide receiver. What?
Hey, Tone, I got a question for you before we get to Bon Joe. I got a question for you, Tone. You think it's easy for a quarterback to throw to a wide receiver that doesn't fully understand the playbook?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave that there, Tone.
Hey, Lou, you know how we got on oh my God, what the heck? The whole thing I was saying, it was a message on my phone. Do you know how we got on Tua and we got on Mike McDaniel at halftime at a Houston game by him saying wide receivers not being in their spot where they need them to be, and Tua should have knew better, which he still should have knew. Don't just throw the areas. Don't just predetermine where you're gonna throw it at. I know you got to throw with anticipation, but you always have to anticipate. You also have to anticipate the defense and the change up of the defense. Don't get fooled, right?
Right.
But now we're realizing why receivers they weren't running the right routes. And it might not only have been Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek is supposed to be the leader in that wide receiver room. You're supposed to lead by example. And you come out here and tell us your first time. Hey, are we crazy? Is this what we came to?
This is our leader, Tom. This is our leader.
Mike McDaniel, how you let him get away with that? Wes Welker. Hey, now we might see why they fired Wes Welker. How you got receivers in the room that ain't taking notes?
That's a fact.
And you let that slide. You have receivers in the room that just told you, well, at least your lead receiver that we're paying. So you trying to tell me your top receiver in your room, right, isn't taking notes? The one guy that you bargained for, right, that you was pounding the table for, Eric Izakama, can't seem to stay healthy or get the playbook down packed. And you think you're doing your job sufficiently. No. This is crazy. It's wild that they allowed some of this stuff to happen. Vonjo, real quick, because this is pissing me off. Lewis and Tony H, I'm fully convinced that Tyreek Hill is showing you, I think he is campaigning to be traded by the deadline. No, Vonjo. This Tyreek that don't give it to him.
He just he don't give a damn. Yeah.
That's all it is. Mr. Pope, these are facts. No accountability. Right. Why are we doing this? Cliff say Tyreek will be gone before game 8. This, to me, makes no sense. That part right there.
Context says, shaking my head. I can't believe I put $150 on the dude winning Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow. Listen, man, we got 54 of y'all in the building. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Road to 700. Y'all help the team out to get to 700. Listen, I hate to tell y'all this, but that part right there was the most disappointing part. That was more disappointing than him not paying attention on the sideline. How you expect him to pay attention on the sideline? You ain't even paying attention. You can't even teach the young guys nothing.
That's a fact.
Imagine the young guys coming to you and ask you how to be a professional, right? And he said that this was part of his speech. He said that Storm Duck came to him and asked him how did he last so long in the league, and he said he gave him some pointers. I'm willing to bet you not one part of those pointers, not one of those pointers was take notes, do homework. That is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's wild.
Now, easy. It's Tyreek. He's been in the league. He knows offense. So obviously, you had to know the offense to play the game. But the great ones, the ones that understand,
they know the ins and outs.
They don't cut no corners. Fact, Lou. They know the ins and outs. You don't cut corners. You remember that. Okay, let me take. This is why he said, go watch the whole video. I am encourage every last one of y'all to go watch the whole video and to watch the beginning when in the middle when he started talking about the receiver coach and Bobby Slowick. The first thing he said about the receiver coach, he said he was getting on our nerves since he being there. He said me and Waddle. Matter of fact, that means because he was on them, making sure that they're doing homework, doing what they got to do, and not taking an easy ride, not being lazy. This is wild. He said, even if I do know it, I still take notes. You know one thing that I learned by doing this show, and when we backstage and we figuring out thumbnails and we figuring out titles, and then we have our talking points. For the most part, even when I know what I'm going to talk about, when it's written down and I could go to reference that paper, it's easier for me. Because I might forget a name. Just like today, I don't have my notes here, but I forgot that I did want to mention that Malik Washington was the least impressive person in training camp. So taking notes, even though you know things, will always be helpful. It's the reason why they go to the tablet after every drive. Every possession, they go to the tablet. You constantly learning. I must be totally frank. He said Tyreek got Wes Welker fired. May have. But I think Wes Welker got himself fired, but not holding him to a standard. And not saying, hey, listen, I can only do so much. But this is not acceptable. To make sure something gets done. There's no reason that Tyreek should have said this going into year 4 in the offense. When you got rookies, undrafted free agents. Wonder why there'll be so many mistakes in what we say, man. Well, we know about the offseason. That's what we know. And you talk about the depth and the wide receiver when they go down. Now, what are they learning? Especially as a young guy coming in here. Since Tyreek been here, Lou, which one of our young guys popped up and say, yo, he's better than we initially thought. Oh, he's doing more than, he's always in the right place. You know what? It's reason why River Craycraft played so much. And we was like, yo, one thing is Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, he knew what he was supposed to do. Yeah.
What's his biggest trait that they said that they keep him? He was always going to be where he's supposed to be.
In the right spot. Yeah, for sure.
I wonder why the young cats didn't know that. Alex notebook only consists of 3 letters. PT.
God damn that. Hey man. They killing Alex, man.
Game Boy 305. He be on it. Wow. I was highly disappointed. And for the ones that's probably worried about or wondering how come we're so passionate about these things, it's because those are the difference between champions and consistent playoff wins. You know what? That could be the difference between us winning in Tennessee and not winning. Because we were complaining about, receivers, when Tyreek went out, the other receiver, maybe they weren't prepared.
Damn.
Brad Boss 818 said Malik isn't the least impressive wide receiver. That's cap per Isaiah Small and Poupart. I will say this, Brad Boss. I've been going out there for about 3 to 4 years now, and those same people was telling y'all that Tanner Connor was the next best thing since sliced bread. I was the one out here telling y'all, no, it's not. Those same people was telling y'all that Robbie Chosen was going to start over River Craycraft. I was the only one out here telling you, no, it's not. I don't know what they're looking at. River Craycraft has clearly been the number 3 receiver. And every year that comes out, when that roster comes out and that depth chart come out, I seem to know what I'm talking about. So if he hasn't, I would like to know what plays he has made. What has he been doing? I would like to know. Do we have some clips? Do we have some plays that they wrote down that he's been doing, showing it? I don't know what y'all talking about, but one of my calling card is I told y'all once I go out there, y'all gonna hit a real because they focus on the positive. You rarely get negative out of any of those people. And all respect to them. But with all due respect, I might know what I'm talking about as well. But I would like to know who they think were the worst receivers. What I was gonna say? Oh yes. So with the Tyreek Hill thing, obviously it's helping out the biggest disappointment is helping out the youngest receivers coming in to be professional. You remember what was Kellen Smith when Sam Madison said in the classroom? Remember? He was putting pressure on his positional group to be a professional first. We need to have that. We need to have that same energy for every positional group. Lou, remember when Vic Fangio was here the year before?
Absolutely.
I said, what I noticed about Vic Fangio, his attention to detail.
1,000%.
The way that he's coaching those players on defense. The way that he's not just letting them go through the motion. He makes them run every drill till they get it perfectly. And he started with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Then he did Christian Wilkins and Zach Sealer. He got on them for the smallest thing that they did. It's not even peeking on. He was like, no, you just peeked this so it can look like you peeked so you could disengage. No, I need you to peek so you can realize where the quarterback is going. You anticipate it because he have a coach back there and he's raising it up and wherever he put the ball there, they have to peek that way to see where he's intending to throw the ball to get their hands up the block, get in the blocking lane. I'm in the passing lanes. So those the small details that I noticed before he got here. Our coaches weren't doing that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. But that defensive line broke the Miami Dolphins record, and they led the league in sacks, right? As a whole.
They did.
And broke the Miami Dolphins record. Why? Attention to details. You know Mike Tomlin over there, what he said when he went on an interview? He said, you know what I hate? I hate when coaches run away from coaching. I hate when you get kids in the building, young men in the building that don't have it all put together, and they don't run toward that young man or that gentleman so they could teach him the game of football.
Now, you see, Tom, it's already starting, right?
Go ahead, Lou.
Here we go right here. Tyreek wants to go to a contender. Can't blame him. Cliff D, I'll just say this. Maybe Miami would be more of a contender if Tyreek was putting more work and again, listen to what Tony is telling you, paying more attention to detail, right? Maybe Miami would be a contender. You know what, Tony? We always come out and say it, specifically me, that I believe Tua is the biggest thing that's holding this team back. And I still believe that, right? But what Tyreek has been doing and letting us know that for 3 years now, he don't know this offense and stuff like that, I can also say that Tyreek has been holding this team back and his offense back specifically. Right? See, we get caught up with the cartwheels and the backflips and the touchdowns and stuff. But again, bro, like you just said, Tone, I think you were spot on. You brought up Vic Fangio. You brought up his unit. He highlighted Zach Seiler, the Bradley Chubb, the Jalen Phillips. And when he was here putting pressure on them to be great, right? When he was putting pressure on them to, again, the attention to details, what did it come out of that? You highlighted it. The most sacks in team history. Right? The number, again, attention to detail only helps you in your craft. And I'm sorry, bro, I can hold the same energy for Tua that I can say the same thing for Tyreek Hill now. He's not putting in all the work. I'm not saying he's not working. What I'm saying is at the ultimate, like the best level, the highest level, nah, bro, he's telling you he hasn't been putting in the work. I'm sorry, bro, you're not going to be the best version of yourself if ultimately you're not putting in all the work, Tone.
That is a fact. And I'm sorry, you know.
Now that's exactly what a Tua lover would say. Really? All right, cool.
Where'd that come from?
I have no idea. But it's cool. Again, bro, these are people that work with feelings. We know Dave gets in his feelings. We know that.
Wow. Again, that's been that. Listen, it's the attention to detail, like Lewis was trying to tell you, and we agree about that. Is you got to pay attention to detail, and those are the things that get you over the hump and change. It goes from, so for instance, let me break this down to y'all so y'all can understand why I'm being so passionate about these small little details, right? Lou, to your memory, right? To your knowledge, how many games that we got blown out in the past 3 years?
Maybe 3 to 4, like blowouts. Maybe 3. Baltimore gave me
Baltimore,
1.
Buffalo,
Buffalo
week 4
this past
in Buffalo.
Season. Week 4 in Buffalo, we got blown out. This year, week 2 at home, we got blown out.
So that was 3 or 4?
That's 3. Twice to Buffalo and 1 to Philly, 1 to Baltimore. That's 3.
Right? Now,
yeah.
For the most part, in Germany, Tyreek Hill fumble. That cost us that game. That same game. Drop snap. I mean, before that, Cedric Wilson and Tua not on the same page. That cost us a potential tie in that game. And then a bobble snap that missed Waddle wide open. Small details to change the game. That was the eventual Super Bowl winner that year. And we missed it. I just named 3 plays that had nothing to do with performance, except for the Tyreek letting the man pull the ball out of his hands. The other 3, the messed up snap, the miscommunication with Wilson, Yeah, with a mess up snap and a miscommunication with Wilson. That's two. That ain't performance.
Cat for life. We didn't get blown out in Houston.
Stick it to. We lost by 8 in Houston. What are you talking about? It was 20-12. One possession game.
Yeah, I don't.
Right? That would have been a potential winner. You get me? Buffalo. Game on the line. Y'all remember Tua hit Tyreek right here? Walk-in touchdown. Walk-in touchdown for the division.
Dropped it.
Tua, third down. Two passes before the interception. I'm sorry, 2 drives before the interception. Third down. 3rd and 4. Tyreek coming out of your break. Tua, right in your hand. Drop by Tyreek. That's what the division on the line. Baltimore, the game we got blowed out, it was going back and forth. Tyreek dropped touchdown right in the end zone. Philadelphia Eagles game. Tyreek dropped touchdown right in the end zone.
Walked and hit him right in the hands.
2022, the year we beat Buffalo at home. We were up, 11 points? Y'all forgot? Trent Sheffield first. Tyreek Hill first. Trent Sheffield second. 2 drop touchdowns to put that game away. In Buffalo, with the opportunity to sweep them.
Back to back.
All I'm saying is little small mistakes that if they could be avoided, you win the game. Brad Boss, I see that this you said mistakes are a part of the game. The team that can't make it happen usually, that can't make it happen usually make mistakes in opportune critical moments by multiple players, which is our team. I just gave you that. Context don't know me very well. He said we scored on that drive. Remember the pick 6? You just said the defense scored on that drive. That's not us scoring, bro. If we score and then the defense get pick 6, that's 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Crypto don't know what he's talking about, man.
Stop it, Crypto. You mean we scored after that drive with a pick 6? That's put us down 7 points. But that pick 6, if we scored a touchdown, would have tied the game. So yes, these are a lot of, even in the game that we won, that we complained about Tua not throwing a touchdown, and we only scored one touchdown in that game, and we relied on 5 field goals, right? Y'all forgot the first play of the game? Tyreek down the sideline, wide open. Drop. This was at home. Live, Monday Night Football. I'm in the stands, in the end zone behind them. The offense going the opposite field. There was not one player in sight. Tyreek gone. Now he had to come back and hit Waddle on the opposite side 2 plays later to get the first down on 3rd down. But I'm sorry. These are small nuances that we're leaving out. The context, what Dave said, don't know him very well. The context of it's the little things that matter. What makes you a better team? Dave Wallen. But I'm gonna leave it like that. Lou, I don't know if you got more to add, but all I'm saying is all we had to do, right? It's the little thing. You want to know what? Y'all want to bring up the Philadelphia game? You want to know what else? We couldn't stop the touch push to save our life. Get it done. These are the upper echelon teams.
And I just want to, Crypto said, I don't want to hear none of that. The Philadelphia Eagles overcame a pick 6 in and they won the game by 2 touchdowns. We need to do the same. Well, I just want to let Crypto know that Tyreek Hill, if he would have caught that touchdown, we wouldn't have lost by 2 scores. We would have lost by 1. And I just want to be fair, because Tyreek is the guy y'all defend to the death. Well, we wouldn't have lost by 2 scores. We would have only lost by 1 if he would have caught that walk-in touchdown. By the way,
G said Tony. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh no. I just wanted Crypto to know that.
Yeah, G said Tony spitting fact. Them 1,700 yards don't take into consideration them critical drops. Reality is reality. That's a fact. I must be totally frank. Oh, okay. Your best players should make plays. These are facts. Y'all want to know? Paying attention to detail, running plays. Oh, you know what I don't. One player did this in training camp, and this is every single camp that I've been to. There's only one player that after they messed up, asked the coach, let's run it again, run it back. That was Jalen Wright. Right? That was Jalen Wright. When they fumbled the snap in the end zone, well, in a red zone play, and they told them to come out, and he turned around, was so animated, and said, nah, man, stay in. Right? But y'all remember that critical play in Seattle? And what's the cornerback name? Malcolm Butler broke on that play, made that critical interception in the end zone. I mean, not in Seattle, in the Super Bowl against Seattle Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did y'all look at the have y'all seen the documentary about that play? And how they even found out about that play? And how many times they ran that play and Malcolm Butler got beat every single time?
Yeah, he knew just by the formation what was coming.
Why? Paying attention, studying, running the play till it's perfect, attention to details. It always makes a big difference. Sometimes they were like, we never even ran that play. They have never ran that play. Go back and listen. He said they didn't run that play all playoffs. And he was like, why are we practicing this? You have to be, Bill Belichick said you got to be prepared for everything, any possible outcome. It's the Super Bowl. This is when they break out all the marbles. They break out all the stops. Brad Boss said, go ahead. You brought that up?
I didn't bring it up.
What does this say about the team/organization when these are the criticism of best players on the team? You know what? Now, that right there, I say, is the only thing I'm going to put on the organization is recognize what me and Lou, right? Even though we was on opposite side of what Tua said and how he said it, but we both said he needs to be out the building.
That's a fact.
So that's all I'm saying. They said preparing is called being a professional. These are facts. So listen, 45 of y'all in the building. Please hit that subscribe button. We're going road to 700. You know, we feel like doing another giveaway. You understand me? Another giveaway for our fan base. Shout out to y'all. Listen, y'all know what I say. Best chat on YouTube, bar none. No one can mess with our chat. Y'all stand on y'all takes. So I know when people come in here and they get in their feelings, it's because they not used to the real. They're not used to everyone not saying everything is going to be okay. Because you know what? That's been a problem with this franchise for forever. Everyone walking around thinking like everything is just fine. No. When is someone going to stand on principles and stand on business and start saying enough is enough? This is unacceptable. He said, he's going off. He said, Tony H, I plan on winning again. I might even donate it back. That's a fact. 25 years, Contact said. Facts, Tony. Yes. So listen, we appreciate y'all. Listen, pre-gaming with us on a Friday. We're
they saying we gotta hold Jess accountable.
What he said? Y'all need to hold Jessica. You know what? We go. I should have pinned tweet. Y'all look, I'm on stream, y'all, not on YouTube. So I'm gonna pin that tweet. Game Boy 305. Nene gave away a body in the spaces earlier today. That is a fact.
Nene somewhere is still punishing these people out here. She's somewhere right now punishing somebody tonight.
That is a fact. But listen, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back Monday, 7:30-ish. The whole team will be here. You understand? That's passion, bro, for sure, Cap for life. The whole team will be here. We will be back at full strength. So, well, full strength without added. Listen, man, I'm trying to work on the us an intro, but I've been doing some research, and man, Lou could tell you. Listen, man, between how much me and Lou work, I can't ask for more from Lou. I think I'm over extending myself. So, but I've been doing research, the little part that I've been putting together, and I would hear that people have been getting striked by using particular songs and music. So I'm trying to figure out a way around it. But yeah, man, we trying to do some improvements on the channel. But listen, we appreciate y'all. We love that y'all rock with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. If y'all haven't hit that like button on the way in, and hit that subscribe button on the way out. Share the content. Make sure y'all come back and comment afterwards, man. Help it push it through the algorithm. The more y'all comment, the more the more it get pushed in the algorithm. Oh, Cat in the Hat 69. Hey, listen, hit me up on either on the Blitz Pickup at the Blitz Pickup on Twitter, or you can hit me up at Tony H305 at the Blitz Pickup. I mean on X at Tony H305, or hit Lewis up at Come Get Some. He say down since day one with the Blitz Pickup. That is a fact, Mike Best. That is a fact. That's why that teacher is coming your way soon, my brother. But listen, Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat. Definitely reach out to Tone. I did want to say something though, Tone, with what Mike Best is saying. He's been part of the day one movement of the Blitz Pickup.
Cat in the Hat. Hold on, my bad, Luke. Hey, put your ex name or at in the chat, and then I'll see if I can go find you on X or whatever your social is. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Well, no. You're absolutely, Tone. But Mike Bash, you've been consistently asking for merch. I know Kelvin, another guy, day oneer, he's been asking for merch. We have a guy, both of our guys, Grumpy is in South Florida right now. He spent all day wearing a Blitz Pickup t-shirt. Crypto has been out in LA with a Blitz Pickup t-shirt on. So shout out to Crypto as well. And over here at the Blitz Pickup, Tony just told you we're trying to improve the channel each and every day, each and every episode, and trying to bring more and more things. The merch will be coming soon, right?
Yes. I'm gonna show y'all real quick.
Absolutely.
We did already invest in hats. We're working on we're working on getting the logos. So y'all lay around for the Blitz Pickup hats already. They are snapbacks, as you can see, snapback. So one size fit all. We just working on putting the logos on there. So yes, we are working, y'all. Don't worry about it. We haven't forgot about y'all. We are working. It's just, hey man, the grind is the grind. You know, we're building this from the ground up, and you know what? We doing it like I'm not gonna say like no other, but we doing it our way, and we got our core group that rock with us and building this channel, and we're gonna build it the right way so we know the people that come here for this content is here for the content.
I will never
Shake Money. We would never.
Me hermano Shake Money. He goes live. Catch him on TFTG. He's a great host over there. He's also with Larry K and the boys over there. Shake Money putting in work all over the community. And yes, Shake has been a day oneer. Not only wearing Blitz Pickup stuff,
he wears it on his platform. Yes,
he wears it on his platform, bro. And not only that, Tone, but some of the knowledge and the love that he's shown to me and you about some of the workings on YouTube and how to do certain things and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna show
Definitely a
y'all
big
something.
shout out to Shake Money, man, for sure.
I'm gonna show y'all something. See, when y'all agree things, when y'all enjoy things like this.
Who? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Stop the cap.
Shake Money was the first one to show me how to start adding things on here without even asking. Getting clips. When we used to have time to get the clips, Shake Money was the first one. Well, I'm not even gonna say the first one. He was the only one to show me how to do that and show me how to get those clips. And I didn't even ask him. He said, "Hey, listen, I'm working on some things for my channel. If you would like, I'll send you a link. You come backstage with me, and I'll go over how to do that." So, Shake, I would never, my brother, ever forget your contribution to the Blitz pickup. Because one thing about it, y'all know we don't ask for help from anyone. But people have been reaching out to help us, and we know that it's genuine. And Shake is the first person to reach out with helping with getting this channel and us using things. He's the one that recommended this mic to me and gave me the name and everything. So yeah, Shake has been 100% representing the Blitz pickup from day one. Appreciate you, Shake. That's a fact.
Absolutely, man. Shake Money is my brother for life, no matter what. And even though I said some nice things about crypto wearing our shirt in LA, he's still trash in my opinion. Yeah, he's still, yeah. Hey, with that being said, though, this has been the Friday episode of the Blitz Pickup. From my guy, Tone, you know who I am. This, once again, is the Blitz Pickup. Tony told you the crew will be back on Monday, 7:30-ish. Y'all know what to do in the chat. But if y'all have forgot, don't worry, because I got y'all.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang.